Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode on MTG Alpha. I'm Anthony, and today I'm playing some 1v1 Commander with Jim. In today's episode, we'll be battling two Izzet colored budget decks. I am playing Adeliz Cinder Wind, a wizard tribal spell slinging deck, and Jim is playing Aegar the Freezing Flame, a giant tribal deck. My opening hand contains a Thrill of Possibility, Young Pyromancer, Pongify, Siren Storm Tamer, Soul Ring, Volatile Fjord, and Ionize. Jim's opening hand contains a Mountain, Izzet Boilerworks, Command Tower, Pyroclasm, Invasion of the Giants, Two-Headed Giant, and Frost Titan. Alright, I'm going to play Volatile Fjord. It's a tap land. I'll pass.
Okay, I'll draw, play an island, and pass.
I'm going to tap that for a Soul Ring, and then I'm going to have to pass.
Play a command tower. Tap 2 for an invasion of the giants. Put a quest counter on it. Scry 1.
Or Scry 2.
Is it? Oh, 2. Put 1 on bottom. Keep 1 on top. And then I'll pass.
Alright. Untap. Draw. I'm going to cast Young Pyromancer. Young Pyro's in the building.
A mountain. Okay. I'll reveal Two-Headed Giant.
And then so I'll take 2 then.
Yep.
So I'll go to 38.
Okay. I'm going to tap these 2 for a Pyroclasm, targeting the Young Pyromancer.
Oh no.
No longer in the building.
Alright, Young Pyro has left the building.
And I'll pass after that.
Untap. Draw. Going to cast Thrill of Possibility. I'm gonna discard Banefire and draw 2. Holy crap. And then I'll pass. I'm like 6 cards deep and I still didn't draw in a second land.
Yeah.
It's my fault though for keeping a 1 land hand.
Draw a card. Trigger Invasion of the Giants. So the next giant spell I cast this turn costs 2 less.
Yep.
Let's go to my graveyard. Play a Forgotten Cave tap. 2 red for a Two-Headed Giant.
Alright. Whenever he attacks, flip 2 coins. If both come up heads, he gains double strike until end of turn. If both come up tails, he gains menace. Okay, so
Kind of fun.
yeah. So they both have to be heads or tails for him to gain an ability.
Yeah.
Okay. Otherwise, he's still a 4/4, and I don't have anything on the battlefield.
Alright, I'll pass after that.
Okay, untap, upkeep, draw a card. Woohoo! Alright, I got an island. What do I do now with 4 manas? Alright, I'm gonna cast Augur of Bolus. So when he enters the battlefield, I'll look at the top 3 cards in my library. I may reveal an instant or sorcery. Put that into my hand, and then the rest will go in the bottom. So let's look at the top 3. All right, I will reveal a Braid. Put that into my hand. The rest will go on the bottom. I'm going to tap this for blue, and I'm going to cast Serum Visions, draw a card, scry 2. Yeah, then I'll pass.
Draw a card. I'm going to tap 3 for my commander. And then I will move to combat.
Yeah.
I'm going to attack with the Two-Headed Giant. So that'll trigger his ability. First flip, heads. Second flip, tails. Oh, so nothing happens. He's just a regular 4/4.
All right. No blocks.
Okay, 4 goes through.
Yep. So I go to 34.
And I'll pass.
I will play a Reliquary Tower. I'm going to cast Archmage Emeritus. So it's a 2/2 with Magecraft. Whenever I cast or copy an instant or sorcery, I'll draw a card. And then I will pass.
Okay, untap. Draw. I'm going to tap 2 for an Ominous Seas. And then I'm going to play this. Izzet Boilerworks tapped. I'll return a Forgotten Cave to my hand. And then I'll move to combat. attack with both creatures. First flip is heads. Second flip is also heads. So he has double strike until end of turn.
I feel like, yeah, I'm going to have to block the two-headed giant with Augur Bolus, and then I'll no blocks for Aegar.
Okay, so Aegar goes through. That's 3 to you and 3 commander damage.
I'm at 31. I have 3 commander damage. Augur Bolus goes into the graveyard.
I'll get a counter on Ominous Seas from drawing. I was like, why is this card in this deck? And then I'm like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
After that, I'm going to pass.
All right. Untap, upkeep, draw. Going to play a mountain as my land for turn. And I got to deal with this craziness. So, yeah, I'm going to do this on my turn just so I can maybe draw into some other spells. So, I'm going to cast a Braid targeting Aegar.
Oh, you wish. I'm going to negate that.
Hold up. On cast, I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to cast Wizard's Lightning targeting Aegar.
Okay, so Wizard's Lightning resolves.
Yep.
Aegar dies.
Yep. I'll draw a card from Archmage again. And then so, yeah.
Negate counters a Braid.
I'm going to pass now.
Okay, I'll untap. Draw. Play Forgotten Cave tap. Move to combat. Let's see what happens. First roll. Heads. Second. Also heads.
All right.
Alright, he's got double strike.
No blocks before damage. I'm going to cast Pongify targeting two-headed giant.
So he is destroyed. I get an 8.
And then on cast, I'll draw a card from Archmage.
Alright, I'll pass.
Untap, draw. All right, now I'm really rolling. I'm gonna play a mountain as my land for turn. I'm going to cast Archaeomancer. When he enters, I'll return target instant or sorcery from my graveyard to my hand. I think I'm going to get back that Wizard's Lightning. I'm going to cast Wizard's Lightning targeting Aegar and drawing a card. So yeah, and then I'm gonna pass.
Desolate Lighthouse.
Oh. That's interesting.
Tap 6 for Frost Titan.
Oh man.
Oh, almost forgot my Ominous Seas counter. When he enters, I will target Archmage Emeritus. Move to combat.
Yep.
Attack with the ape.
All right. Ape, no blocks. I'll go to 28.
All right, I'll pass after that.
All right. Are you ready? I'm going to draw a card. I, too, am going to play Desolate Lighthouse as my land for turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Okay. I'm going to pay 8 for Mizzix's Mastery Overloaded.
No.
So for exile, each card that's an instant or sorcery from your graveyard, for each card exiled this way, copy it. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. Exile Mizzix's Mastery. I'll deal 0 to you from Banefire. That'll go into exile. I will. It's an additional cost to cast, discard a card. So I'm going to discard. I'm going to discard a mountain and to cast the copy of Thrill of Possibility, drawing 2 more cards. Serum Visions. Going to draw a card. Scry 2. Sure. Keep that on top. It's so... Oh, man, that's annoying. Yeah, I'm going to Pongify the ape so you get another ape.
Untapped, too.
You know what, actually? I'm gonna Pongify Archaeomancer. Then I will target your ape with Wizard's Lightning. And you don't have any artifacts. No creatures to do. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna target you with Wizard's Lightning. So I'll deal 3 to you, and then I'll target the ape with a braid, since that only targets a creature.
Okay. Down to 37.
All right, cool. And then, yeah, I'm all tapped out. I already played my land, so I will pass.
Okay. Untap.
I have 13 cards in hand.
I believe Archmage Emeritus is still tapped, right? From Frost Titan?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
my bad. I forgot to.
All good. Draw a card. I'm gonna tap 5 for a Giant's Amulet, and then paying the extra 4. Make a 4/4 Giant Wizard. He now has +0/+1 and hexproof as long as it's untapped. I'll then use the Izzet Boilerwork to cast Silver Mirror. Move to combat. Attack with the Frost Titan. On attacks, I will tap the ape, and he doesn't untap until your next turn.
Okay, so 6. Yeah, I'll go down to 22.
I'll pass after that.
So untap. Archmage is untapped, right?
Yes, now he is. And then next turn ape will be.
Oh man, we got to do some stuff here. I'm gonna play a command tower. I'm gonna tap the Soul Ring for Talisman of Creativity. I'm gonna pay 4 for Talrand. Tap the command tower for Brainstorm. On cast, I will draw a card, and I will get a 2/2 Drake. I'll draw 3 cards and then put 2 from my hand on top of my library in any order. I'm going to pay 2 for Cathartic Reunion on cast. I'll draw a card. I will get another 2/2 Drake. As an additional cost to cast the spell, I'll discard 2 cards. I'll discard a mountain and another mountain. Drawing 3 cards. I'm going to tap the Talisman for blue. I'll take 1 damage from that and cast Delver of Secrets, and then I will pass.
Okay. Untap. Draw a card. Get a token or a counter on Ominous Seas.
All right.
Play a mountain. I'll tap 5 for Reflections of the Litajara. So I'll choose Giants, obviously. And then whenever I cast a Giant, I will copy that spell. Then I'm going to tap 3 for a Shatter Skull Charger. You cast, I'll copy it. I'm going to move to combat. Attack with Frost Titan, the Giant, and these guys. On attacks, I'm going to tap down. I'll tap down one of the Drakes.
No, okay. That's good. All right. Well, I'll block Frost Titan with one of the Drakes, and then we're still friggin' 12. I'll block the giant wizard token with Delver of Secrets, and I think unfortunately I'm gonna have to take 8 from the Shatter Skull Chargers.
Okay.
So I'll go to 13. Those 2 things will die.
I'm gonna pass after that on my end step. One of them will go back to my hand, the other one will disappear.
Play an island. I'm just gonna go to combat, and I'm going to attack with these guys.
Okay, no blocks.
All right, so 7 goes through.
Down to 30.
I'm going to pay 5 for Devastation Tide.
I knew something was coming.
Oh, and on cast, I mean, it doesn't matter about the token, but I'll draw a card from the Emeritus.
Okay.
And then I will pass.
You're at 13. Gonna tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a reflection of Litajara. Choosing Giants again. And then tap 1, 2, 3 for a Shatter Skull Charger and cast copy him.
All right, I'm going to in response to casting Shatter Skull, so you still get that token. I'm going to counter that. Blue, colorless, and red with Ionize.
Okay, I'll take 2. Down to 28.
And then red, tap the talisman for blue, so I go to 12. And then cast Izzet Charm, targeting Shatter Skull. And I will tap the command tower for red to cast Spike Field Hazard, targeting Shatter Skull.
Okay. So he's dead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass then.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I'll play a Mystic Sanctuary. Comes in untapped. I will put target instant or sorcery from my graveyard on top of my library. Going to cast Hallrand. And I'm going to cast Siren Storm Tamer. And then I'll pass.
Alright. Untap. Draw. I tap 6 for Frost Titan. On cast, I'll get a copy of it.
Alright. On cast, I will blue, colorless. Cast Saw It Coming. Yeah, counter one of them. On cast, I'll get the Drake.
So Frost Titan will then enter. And I'll target Talrand. Tap the Izzet Boiler Works for a Silver Mirror, and then I'll pass.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I'm gonna cast Devastation Tide for its miracle cost.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Back into my hand.
Frost Titan's a token though, right?
Yes.
A 4 for Talrand. Play Path of Ancestry tapped as my land for recast Siren Storm Tamer, and then I'll pass.
I'm gonna tap 1 for a Giant's Amulet, and then another 4 to make the token. Attach it to him. He's now 4/5 with hexproof as long as he is untapped. And then I'll tap my remaining 2. Play Scour All Possibilities. Scry 2, draw a card. The bottom one. And keep the other one on top. And then I'll pass.
On your end step, I'm going to pay 3 and tap Desolate Lighthouse to draw a card and discard a card. I will discard, get to Lava Runner, untap, upkeep, draw. Gonna pay 4 for Archmage Emeritus. Actually, I'm gonna tap the Path of Ancestry for blue to cast Archmage so I can scry 1. I'm actually gonna bottom that. And then I'm gonna pay 4 for Jace's Sanctum Instant sorceries cost 1 less. Whenever I cast an instant sorcery, scry 1. Play Memorial to Genius, tapped as my land for turn. I'll pay 4 for Coastal Piracy. Whenever a creature I control deals combat damage to an opponent, I may draw a card. I will go to combat, attack with Siren Storm Tamer.
Okay, take 1. 27.
27. All right. I'll draw a card, and then let's see. You got 1 mana left. So yeah, cool. I'll pass.
I'm gonna cast an opt. Put that on the bottom. Draw. Tap 1 for a firebolt targeting Talrand.
Deal 2 damage to target creature player. I'll pay 1 and sacrifice Siren Storm Tamer to counter it.
Okay. Pay 2 for an Izzet Charm targeting Talrand. 2 damage.
Yep. All right, so Talrand is dead. He served his purpose long enough.
And I'm gonna cast a Basalt Ravager for 1, 2, 3, 4. When he enters, I'll deal X to Archmage Emeritus, where X is the greatest number of creatures you control that have a creature type in common. So currently that's 2. Move to combat. Attack with the wizard. Giant wizard.
Oh man. All right, so I'll take 4. I'm down to 8.
And I'll pass.
I feel like I have to get my commander out at some point, even if it means losing the game. All right, this might get confusing. Tap the Path of Ancestry for, I don't know, blue. All right, and then red, colorless for Viren, Voice of Duality. So it has Magecraft. It's a 2/2. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery, it'll get +1/+1 till end of turn. And if casting or copying an instant or sorcery causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, just like its own ability, that ability triggers an additional time. So it's basically gets +2 until end of turn. +1/+1 twice. Then I'm trying to figure out like how I want to sequence this. I'm going to cast Ral. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, deal 1 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. So that's a triggered ability of a permanent, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Cast Saheeli. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 colorless servo artifact creature token. So that is also a triggered ability of a permanent.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to tick Ral down. So whenever I cast my next instant or sorcery, copy it. Choose new targets for the copy. So it's starting to get it's starting to get like a little confusing. Okay. So if casting or copying, so casting on cast triggers an ability, copying on copy triggers an ability, cast, copy, everything has Magecraft basically. So then you have 1, 2, 3, costs 1 less. I have 1 floating. Cost 1 colorless less. Wait, is there a way I could have done that so I didn't have a colorless floating? Like use that colorless for something else? So Path of Ancestry. Okay, all right, now that I figured out my mana situation, so I actually have 4 left over. Costs 1 less, so I'll pay. I need 2 red, so blue, red, and then cost 1 less. I'm going to cast Prismari command. On cast, Viren will get 2 +1/1 counters. I'll deal 2 damage to you, target opponents. I'll deal 1 damage to you twice from Ral. And then I will get 2 servos. While Prismari command's on the stack, I will pay 2. I'll take 1 from Talisman of Creativity to cast Increasing Vengeance, copying Prismari. So on cast, Viren will get 2 counters. I will get 2 more servos, and I'll deal 2 to you twice. Or, I mean, 1 to you twice from Rel. So you're down to 23 now?
Yep.
Okay. And then, so I ticked Ral down, so my next instant or sorcery would have been copied, which was the Prismari command. So that actually would have triggered before I chose to cast Vengeance. So copying that spell, get 2 of those. Copying it though, I'll deal 1 to you twice from Ral.
Down to 21.
All right, and then I cast Increasing Vengeance, and now I'm copying Prismari command, and then the copy trigger Viren, trigger Ral, so I'll deal 1 to you twice from Ral.
Down to 19.
Okay, and then no more because this is on cast, so nothing with Saheeli or anything like that. Okay, so Prismari command, I will 2. Could I 2, 4, 6? No. I'll choose 2, dealing 2 to Basalt Ravager, and I will draw. No, I'll destroy the artifact as well. All right, and then on the second Prismari command, I will deal 2 to the wizard, and I will draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. I'll discard Frostboil Snarl and Viashino Pyromancer. And then for this is the last Prismari command, right?
Yes.
I'll deal 2 more to the wizard token, and I will create a treasure token. Now, if only I could swing with like Viren.
Yeah.
Oh, and whenever you cast an instant sorcery, scry 1. Well, it's a little too late now. I knew I was gonna miss something. I don't know. All right. So nothing has haste. I'm gonna pass.
Okay. I'm gonna pay 2 to cycle the Ominous Seas.
Okay.
Draw a card. 3 for a Stink Diver Daredevil. Stink Drinker Daredevil.
All right. So when that enters, I'll sacrifice the treasure token for red and cast land cast. I'll get a servo, and I will get 2 1/1 counters on Viren until end of turn. And I will scry 1 and deal 1 to you from Rel.
On 18.
I'm gonna bottom that. Okay.
I'm gonna tap 2 for Silvermere. Pass.
Play an island as my land for turn. I have no cards in hand. Going to cast Adeliz, tapping Path of Ancestry to scry 1. I'll bottom that. Yeah, I'm going to go to combat. I'm just going to attack with everything I can. So the servos and Viren.
Okay. I'm taking 2, 4, 6, 7. Down to 11.
All right. I'm going to draw 7 cards. Got the Soul Ring for an Arcane Signet. Going to cast Magus of the Future. So play with the top card of your library revealed. And you may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. Yeah, so I'll do that. I'll play an island as my land for turn. I'm going to pay 4 for Stormkiln Artist. It gets +1 for each artifact I control. And whenever I cast or copy an instant or sorcery, create a treasure token. I'm going to tick up Ral to scry 1. I'm going to bottom this land.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to cast Rowan from the top of my library, and I'm going to tick her up +1. So deal 1 damage to each opponent, but if you've drawn 3 or more cards this turn, deal 3 instead. So I'll deal 3 damage to you.
Okay. I'll go down to 8.
All right, and then that's it. I'll pass.
At 4 for a solemn simulacrum
All right,
and pass.
play an island. Yeah, I'll just go to combat and I will attack with everything.
Block the Storm Kiln Artist with this guy.
All right.
Valen with Silvermer, and then I think that's still enough, right? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yep, good game. I'm at -1.
All right. With 2 commander damage. Cool, man. Yeah, you got me down low like really quickly. Like you were at like close to 40 when I was down to like 12 or something.
Oh, I know.
And then coastal piracy allowing me to draw a bunch of cards helped because I had no cards in hand. I had nothing to do.
Oh, yeah. Which is weird for an Izzet deck.
Yeah, like I mean, it's like I found ways to draw a bunch of cards, but you know, for like one turn, at least I had nothing in hand. And then yeah, I ended up with just like a shock, resculpt, which I really like resculpt. I'm surprised like I wonder how many people like play resculpt in Commander.
Yeah, I think Giant Tribal as a tribe is pretty decent. I just wish Aegar kind of rewarded you a little bit more for playing giants. Like, yeah, you draw the card after dealing excess damage, but that doesn't really mean excess damage actually goes through, like with trample. You just get the card.
Yeah, and then you know, I could like in the beginning I was like I'm just not going to block.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to avoid me drawing that card.
Yeah. And then I think his biggest flaw is being a 3/3.
Yeah, just like gets hit by so many things.
There are cards that, you know, pump up your giants though, but besides that, I think you have to rely on counter spells really.
Hmm.
But then, you know, the more counter spells you add, the less budget it's going to be. I mean, it's a $20 deck. If you wanted to make it a $25-$30 deck for sure. If you just go a little bit over that budget, then the deck would be a lot more powerful. And then
Yeah.
obviously you can go I mean, I don't know how competitive it would get, but obviously if you throw in all of those like really expensive cards, you know, like then
Yeah, I think you can definitely push it a little further, but even with counter spells, I don't want to hold up a lot of mana on my opponent's turn if I'm spending 6 for a Frost Titan or something like that, you know?
that's true. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I guess you don't really need him out on the battlefield. Card draw is good, but I don't know.
Yeah, it just seemed like a kind of a middle of the road commander.
Yeah, because even if you said I'm going to invest in keeping him on the battlefield with like protection spells like Swiftfoot Boots and stuff like that, it's like, well, is it really worth it? Like, I think you
Yeah.
have better cards in your deck than a Lightning Greaves just to keep him on the battlefield long enough to draw a card. I don't know.
Yeah, I think this is one of the instances where if you wanted this commander to perform really well, you'd have to dump a bunch of money into it.
Yeah. And as for Adeliz, because this is the first time I've played with Viren, Voice of Duality, that it's such a good. I think that's a way better like wizard. If you wanted to go
Yeah,
like somewhat wizard tribal, I mean,
for sure. Yeah,
Adeliz
as
is
far as wizard tribal, this guy is not even in the question of commanders.
yeah. Because I mean, I don't know. My servos aren't wizards. My drakes aren't wizards. So the stuff that actually sticks on the battlefield isn't benefiting from Adeliz.
Hmm.
So I might as well have Viren, which is actually synergizes more with what the deck does with Ral, Rowan, Saheeli, just casting and copying spells. Then this gets big.
Yeah, I think as a wizard, Adeliz is good, but as a commander, I think she kind of falls flat.
Yeah, Viren's
She
definitely
belongs in many Is It Wizards decks, but not quite the leader of an Is It Wizard deck, you know?
yeah. And if you do go just straight up like wizard tribal, it's not really that powerful. Otherwise, Adeliz would be good. But then you're talking
Yeah.
real low budget, like get to Lava Runner and stuff like that, which is very low power level.
Yeah.
All right, those are some good games though. I had fun.
game. We played one game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it
It
was
was
really
long.
long. I know.
Those are some good back and forths we had. All right, well, I hope you all enjoyed that video. If you did, please leave a like and make sure you're subscribed to catch more content just like this. On our channel, you will find weekly Commander gameplay episodes, deck techs, box opening videos, and more. Check out our links in the description for our deck lists on these budget builds and other ways to support the channel. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.